Hello YouTubers, Troz here, playing some more Kerbal Space Program. Last time we rescued a Kerbal from orbit, added him to our Space Center crew, and tested a rocket engine. The big, large NASA part rocket engine. So currently we have over 3.5 million funds, 745 science, and 67% reputation. So let's see what's available to do. Hey, Gene. Seismic surveys on Minmus. We actually may want to go back to Minmus, but not at the moment. Satellite around the moon. Another rescue. Orbital station around Duna. Well, we haven't even been to Duna yet. Some tourists. To Minmus and the moon. Rescue from orbit of the moon. Explore Ike. Twitch liquid fuel engine on escape out of the moon. Well, these are the contracts we currently have. Outpost on the surface of the moon and the surface of Minmus. Rescue from the sun, which turned out to be like really, really close to the sun. And explore Duna. Wow, you sound really happy to do explore Duna. And you know, I think we should be doing that about now. We're not going to send the crewed mission. But I think it's time we send at least a probe to Duna. So, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go build a rocket and a probe that we can send off to Duna. And, I'm going to be right back. Okay, this is the Duna probe rocket that I have built. Actually, I should probably say overbuilt. We have 4 of these twin-bore liquid booster engines surrounding a central engine. Unfortunately, we don't have the large engine that we tested last time because that was an experimental engine. I guess I could unlock it, but I wanted to try to do this with the parts we had right now. So at the bottom of this is a mainsail engine. It's actually slightly less powerful than these twin-bore engines. However, I believe it is somewhat more efficient. Not very much, but a little bit. So, this is set up in asparagus staging, so the front and back twin bore fall off first while supplying fuel to all the engines, and then the left and right fall off. And at that point, we should have an apoapsis that's at least 100 kilometers. And then it's up to the mainsail engine to actually get us into orbit. And then once in orbit, the plan is that it will boost us out of Kerbin's influence. Once we are on a trajectory at least to Duna's orbit, we'll undock and we have 1 tank here and a Poodle engine, which is basically the most efficient engine we have at this point. I don't think there's anything, well, except for jet engines, obviously. But they obviously need air, and there's no air in space. Yeah, I don't think 320 is the next best thing, but this Poodle will do 350 and that should get us hopefully intercepting Duna and getting into orbit. I'm going to try aero braking a little bit, but we'll see how it goes, how much fuel we have. And as far as scientific instruments, while we're in solar space or out of Kerbin space, we're going to use this materials bay and broadcast the result back. Plus we have a whole probe. You can kind of see it here under this aero shell. It has an additional 3 materials bays, 4 goo canisters, and various other things like the temperature probe, the air variometer thingy. What is that called? Science. Spectrovariometer, and a seismic accelerometer and a pressure sensor. We also have some fixed solar panels, some extendable solar panels, and lots of parachutes. We have 4 drogue chutes and 8 regular parachutes that are actually set up into 2 separate groups, so we can fire them if needed or when needed. I'm not sure how slow or what speeds are safe to actually use the parachutes on Duna. We will find out. So, on top we have a radar antenna, radar communications antenna, one of those communicatrons, and we have a few lights, and that's the ship. So I am going to attempt to get this into orbit. I think it's going to be pretty tricky, especially because we're going to have low thrust once these run out, but I believe it is possible. So let's attempt to do that now. Alright, let's set up our view here. Where are we? There we are. Right there. Sun just rose. I'm gonna turn on the lights anyway. Let's pull up the resources, and we don't have anyone flying this. Let's put the throttle up to full, and I think we are ready for liftoff in 3. Yes. 2, 1, and away we go. Alright, I'm gonna back over a little bit. It seems a bit wobbly, but yeah, we're a bit wobbly. Alright, that should be good for banking over initially. We're going to go pretty much straight up. I'm going to back off on the throttle a bit so we don't break the sound barrier too early. But once this first set of engines is about to run out, I'm going to kick it back up into full throttle. Alright, that should be about now. There they go. Away. We lost a lot of thrust there, but we're still going up. And we're over 10,000, so we should be okay for exceeding the sound barrier. At this point, we want to bank over a bit more, but we want to do it carefully. I want to get over to about 45, but I don't want to go too far off our velocity vector. Looks like we're beginning to overheat a little, but I don't think it's too dangerous. Alright, that should be good for a bit. Let's see. Our apoapsis is about 50 kilometers. I'm gonna bank over some more. Our next stage is about to run out. And away it goes. And yeah, we're just gonna thrust basically in this direction until that hits 100. We can actually see we're just under 1 thrust to weight ratio, but we're pretty high. As long as we keep this pointed upwards, we're just gonna get more time before we fall back down. I'm gonna just bank over a little more. Really need this up to like 2.2 kilometers per second. But I think we're doing okay. Those boosters really got us the speed, and all we need from now is to get it going up a little more. Wow. I wonder what that is. Alright, 99. We're gonna stop there. Come on, can we, there we go. Add a maneuver. We're gonna get this all set up. Probably need to burn pretty close to soon. 99 by, that would be perfect. It's just over a minute, so we want to burn with like 40 seconds left. I'm gonna fire the next stage, which will uncover our probe. There we go. In fact, this is really hard to maneuver, so I'm gonna turn on the probe's RCS to help us turn here. We're gonna need to start burning in just about 10 seconds now. So use just a little RCS fuel, and we're gonna start burning now. With the engine on, we should have more control, although it's very wobbly at this point. Got a long, long rocket. You can see the fins are occasionally turning, but well, they have no effect now. We're out of the atmosphere. Alright, I think we're actually doing a little better than I thought we would in terms of how quickly this burn is getting done. We got our periapsis here, and 40, 30, 20, stop. 106 by 98, that's good enough in my book. So we got this crazy rocket, and we got it into orbit, and we have just about half our fuel left, at least in this stage, which that's pretty much amazing. So, let's see here. We have the sun is in this direction, and we want to get out to Duna, so we need to speed up in our orbit. So in order to speed up, we need to come out forward And you know what? We probably just passed the point of... No, we're here. We're doing a probe. We actually already had the probe. Who is this? This is Zelrus, who we rescued last time. That's his craft. So I'm going to add a maneuver here. And just keep thrusting. That's not exactly the forward we want. Move this around. That's probably closer to what we want. Let's set Duna as our target. Of course, that collapses the maneuver node. How are we doing? That's almost... Alrighty. So, we're going to come out to here. And when we're here, Duna's going to be there. So it's obviously not the perfect time to get out to Duna. But if we then do another maneuver here and increase velocity again, you can see, I think... Oh! There's another close encounter, which is now an actual encounter, and we only have to increase our velocity very slightly. So we need about a minute and a half burn, which should finish up a lot of this fuel, and then we can drop our launch stage and use the Poodle engine to get us the rest of the way to Minmus. Because, wow, is it really hard to maneuver with this giant rocket on us. I'm going to turn off SAS for a second, so that when we'll do a little thrust of RCS there, and we will slowly turn. We have this node in about 7 minutes. We want to thrust it 45. I actually think I did thrust the wrong time last time. It was probably 35 instead of 40. But it worked out. So we're slowly turning here to get lined up. There is our target, so we have to turn about maybe 40 more degrees. And then we'll fast forward to the time. Let's see, while we're here, what we should be doing is extending all our panels. We do have 4 small panels, but we really would want all our solar panels extended so we can get as much power as we can. Alright, we're approaching our target, and let's turn on SAS. Hopefully it will stop us. Yeah, I think it's stopping us, sort of. Go back a little bit. I think that was too much. Let's just say we stopped and just time warp. That actually does kill your rotation. So I'm gonna time warp down to, well, about a minute to go ish, probably just above. Alright, here we are. Let's try to line up a little bit better. Not really gonna work. Once the engine starts up, we'll be able to turn. Let's get the whole ship in view a little better. Alright, we're gonna thrust now. And we are going to now thrust for about another minute, 15 seconds. We're burning through the fuel rather quickly. But that's the whole point. We're trying to get moving here out of Kerbin's influence. See, we're really taking our velocity up. We're actually probably going to have some fuel left. I'm not sure if we should keep this. It's probably going to make maneuvering difficult. But, oh, and I think that means we've left Kerbin's influence, and we just need to go a little further. I'm going to say that looks good. It's probably not going to be a perfect, like, this next maneuver is not going to be all set up, but I'm going to say that's close enough. Let's, yeah, that's not perfect, but we can adjust that. We actually have about a quarter of our fuel left. I actually may decide not to aero brake if... I guess I really overbuilt this, because that is going to be nothing. That will probably use this up. I mean, it's 8 seconds, and we're using about 44 liquid fuel a second, but it's hardly going to put a dent in this. Wow. Let's adjust this maneuver. So we don't even actually need all that force there. How far can we get that down? Oh. $45. 43, 42, 40, 38, 35. We kind of want that like as close as possible, so we can aero brake if needed. It's hard to read though. 35. Come on, I thought I had you up there on the screen. 35. How about that? Don't want to adjust that one. How about this one? No, that is working. It was working. until it disappeared. Come on. You were just... Oh. 46. It's sort of there, but... Alright, 44. We had it down to 35. Well... I'm gonna leave that there and call this an episode. We are on the dark side of Kerbin, currently. Let's actually zoom in here. We're on escape trajectory, and it is 289 days until our next maneuver. There's other stuff we can do in that time, though. So next time we'll probably be doing a different mission, and after a few missions we'll come back to this, and hopefully he'll be a lot closer. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with some more Kerbal Space Program.